In our resolution, one of the resolution we made on 14th was clear that the Council of Governors was to establish a team that will negotiate on behalf of the 47 county to realize a CBA for the clinical officer within 21 days. So today, why we call you here is to communicate that the first item on the Social Health Authority has been fully resolved, because now all the facilities that had been excluded have been included in the Social Health Authority system, and that has been ongoing. Today, I know they are still working on the professionals whom have not also all of them been included. And also, they have included, or rather interlinked to the system by the Clinical Officers Council to ensure that whichever is happening at the Clinical Officers Council, it can be able to be interlinked with the digital superhighway system, that now they are able to facilitate everyone without who is qualifying today to continue practicing.
Doctors at Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital in Eldoret are set to down their tools in 2 weeks unless their concerns stemming from the unresolved collective bargaining agreement issues are addressed. Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union Secretary General Davji Atela condemned the hospital's failure to honor the 2017-2021 CBA. He listed several grievances, including the hospital's failure to convert contractual terms into permanent and pensionable employment for doctors.
I've raised concern in our meeting yesterday, where they're saying that in the month of November, December, and part of January, even the oxygen plant was not working. There was no oxygen in the hospitals. Doctors have raised concerns that they do not have drugs in these hospitals, that they are forced to actually supervise death of patients, yet this is a national referral hospital. When you bring these issues to management, they are claiming that there's budget cuts, that the ministry has reduced the budget with 2 billion. It is not our business whether budget cuts are there. Our concern is that, is it possible to get quality of care for the patients, and is it possible for doctors to be supported to do the job? And therefore we are saying, even if the budget is reduced to zero for Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital, we want the issues that are pertaining to the welfare of doctors resolved. We want that the hospital should be there to serve the doctors, and should be there to serve the patients as expected.
Wiper leader KALONZO Musyoka says the cabinet in place is not a broad-based but blood-based executive founded on the wrong and unconstitutional principles. Musyoka, during a press statement on Wednesday, said the government has been implementing unconstitutional policies like the housing levy, which he termed as an abomination. The former vice president further pointed an accusatory finger to the KWANZA government over sponsoring state capture, overseeing a failed education funding model and health insurance.
This is the essence of democracy. I repeat, as I've done before, that taking over the leadership of this country, Executive Order number 1, do away with the housing levy. Taxes. Yes. They are unconstitutional. They are almost an abomination. You don't take public land, give it to your friends. You're selling steel and cement to them. You've even taken over Baburi cement under conditions that are questionable. The model was clear. So the children of the poor, they're being asked to look for millions. Well, not millions, a lot of money. To them, they are millions. It amounts to millions, yeah. A lot of Kenyan students cannot access university education. Mtoto akimaliza grade 9, driver nikamuuliza anaenda wapi? Hajui. They get MCS from Tanzania. We know what you are doing. And if you don't believe in the spirit of gangsterism, listen to this. 5 million shillings kwa meza. You sign impeachment, anatembea, collect 2 million. Ukimaliza kazi, the 3 million utachukua. Is that the type of democratic leadership we expect? And the paymasters are known. I think we will expose them as we go on. Simply because you cannot take criticism.
Right, let's keep up with the head of state. President William Ruto and his entourage continued their week-long development tour of Western Kenya, visiting Busia County on Wednesday to further launch development programs. The head of state, accompanied by his deputy Kithure Kindiki, laid foundation stone for the construction of Huisero Mother and Child Level 3 Hospital. Ruto also oversaw the groundbreaking ceremony of the construction of Mabinju Dike.
Na vile vile nimekuja hapa kwa sababu ya mambo ya title deeds. Nimepatia nyinyi title deeds ya mashamba yenu, title deeds 1000 niko nayo, nataka niwapatie. Ndio kila mtu asonge mbele, tuweze kusonga mbele kama taifa. Vile vile kuna mashule pale nilisema tutajenga kama serikali, naenda kuanzisha ujenzi wa hizo mahospitali mashule leo. Vile vile niliwaambia mambo ya stima, si ndio? Nilisema hii stima isiwe starehe ya matajiri, iwe ni haki ya kila Mkenya. Sasa nyinyi watu wa Busia tumewapatia shilingi bilioni 1 na milioni 50. Tuunganishe watu 17,000 wapya kwa huduma ya stima. Na hiyo kazi mimi nakuja kuanzisha kesho. Ndio mastima izunguke hapa. Hawa viongozi wetu wote waheshimiwa wabunge wanajua kila constituency tumepatia pesa yao. Kila constituency tumepatia contractors wao. Ndio nyinyi kama wananchi muweze kufikishiwa stima, ndio tuweze kuondoa koroboi, tuweze kuhakikisha kwamba kila mtu anaishi mahali ambapo inafaa mwananchi wa Kenya kuishi. Tunaelewana? Hiyo kazi mimi narudia hapa Busia kesho. Vile vile mimi niliwaambia ya kwamba mambo ya manyumba, mambo ya markets, kuna markets ambazo tunajenga hapa Busia. Markets mpya 5. Na nitarudi hapa kwanza Friday, mimi nitakuwa hapa Bumala. Kwa sababu tunajenga soko kubwa sana pale Bumala ya karibu milioni 300 na kitu nakuja kuanzisha. Na alafu nitarudi hapa hii masoko yenu kidogo kidogo hii, taongea na huyu governor ndio tuweze kupangana vizuri.
A rallying call was made as well by the head of state, President William Ruto, and Deputy President Kithure Kindiki for a united country devoid of tribal politics. The leaders urged Kenyans to remain firm and not be torn apart along divisive lines. Ruto has hit out at impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, accusing him of attempting to divide Kenyans along ethnic lines, adding that his efforts will not bear fruits.
Ili nchi yetu iendelee haraka, lazima tuwe kitu kimoja kama taifa. Kusiwe na ubaguzi wa kikabila, wa kidini, wa kijinsia, wa kiumri, kusiwe na ubaguzi wa aina yoyote. Rais anasema Kenya ni moja, taifa letu ni moja, sisi ni ndugu moja, bendera yetu ni moja, wimbo wa taifa ni moja, we are one country, we are one people.
Kwa sababu ya uzalendo, kwa sababu ya umoja wa Kenya, mimi na viongozi wengi wakiongozwa na Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga tukakubaliana ya kwamba hatutaki tena siasa itakayo tugawanya, hatutaki chuki, hatutaki migawanyiko, hatutaki ukabila, tunataka tushikamane, tukue pamoja. Ndio kazi ya kusukuma maendeleo ya Kenya itembee kwa kasi. Na ndio tumekubaliana tutengeneze serikali ya broad base. Musikubali. Unajua kuna watu wengine wanataka kutuletea siasa ya ukabila, ati siasa ya chuki, ati siasa ya kutenganisha wa Kenya. Mimi nataka niwaulize hawa watu watafute sera. Wananchi hawa hawawezi kununua ukabila, my friend. Hawawezi kununua chuki. Wale ambao wameshindwa na kazi, kuna wengine tuliwapatia kazi because of incompetence, kwa sababu haelewi chochote, kwa sababu ni watu wa wizi, watu ambao ni matapeli, watu ambao ni wafisadi, watu ambao wako na chuki, wanagawanya watu. Hiyo biashara yao ilizama. Na mimi nataka niwaambie watazama na kuzama na kuzama, kwa sababu Kenya haina nafasi ya wafisadi, watu ambao hawajui kufanya kazi, na watu wa kugawanya watu kwa mambo ya ukabila.
Ruto also mobilized Kenyans to register for the social health authorities, saying it will benefit citizens and will reduce harambes for clearing medical bills. This comes with the backdrop of numerous complaints and dissenting voices over the health plan, with Kenyans saying it is not working.
Mimi nataka niwaambie vile vile, katika hiyo mpango Mimi nilisimama hapa Luanda kwa market hii, na mimi niliwaambia ile maneno ya matibabu ile ilikuwa inaendelea chini ya NHIF, ambayo ilisemekana lazima uwe na kazi ama uwe na uwezo ndio uweze kupata bima ya afya. Nikawaambia hiyo tutabadilisha, kwa sababu hakuna Mkenya anachagua kuwa mgonjwa. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Kwani mimi nauliza nyinyi watu wa Luanda, mtu mwenye ako na kazi na uwezo ndio anakuwa mgonjwa peke yake? Si kila mtu anakuwa mgonjwa. Kuna mtu anaandika application akuwe mgonjwa. Ndio nimesema hii mfumo mpya ya afya, hatutaki tena Mkenya aende hospitali ati anauza mali yake ama anauza ng'ombe yake ati kwenda kulipa bili ya hospitali. Sasa tumesema tuko na bima ambayo wewe mwananchi kazi yako ni kujisajili. Ule uko na uwezo utaambiwa utalipa kiasi gani. Ule ambao una uwezo tutakulipia kama serikali ya Kenya, wewe mwananchi wa kawaida.
GEM Member of Parliament Elisha Ochieng Odhiambo says that the onslaught on the national government CDF funds can be diffused through pressure from Kenyans who have in one way or the other benefited from the fund directly or indirectly. Speaking at the GEM Wagai sub-county headquarters during the disbursement of CDF bursary amounting to 31.15 million shillings to secondary school students, the legislator said that the parliamentarians will soon meet to work on legislation that will ensure the fund conforms with constitutional requirements. The legislator at the same time called on the Council of Governors to engage the controller of budget over the impasse on the county government's bursary funds.
There was public pressure to terminate NGCDF. But looking at what MPs are doing with NGCDF, it is something that we can never terminate. We can never do what? Because it is NGCDF that is helping parents who are peasants at home who cannot pay their fees. Donge. So I'm calling upon the public. I'm calling upon the public to stand with MPs on issues NGCDF. I read in the papers that the controller of budgets has refused to disburse bursary to county governments. I think county governments are missing the point. There's the governor's council that's supposed to be having quarterly meetings with the controller of budgets so that they can negotiate and get bursaries. Because as it is, the only team of leaders helping the public is MPs. The MCAs have disappeared from the public. Maybe they'll come during elections, but the public will not give them opportunity.
The Kenya Police Service team in Haiti has handed over the third forward operating base to the Guatemala team. The facility located at the regional office of the Far North for the General Inspectorate of the National Police of Haiti was previously abandoned following gang attacks in the area. On 28 November 2024, the multinational security support established the base at Far North to secure the coastline and surrounding areas. The facility has since undergone extensive renovations sponsored by the International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs.
This facility for the MSS is an important step forward in the restoration of security in the Port-au-Prince area and the wider Haiti, because from here it offers the MSS strategic importance in terms of the ability to project its security mechanisms farther into the Delma community and down into downtown, over into the port area, and even farther than that, down into the southern part of Port-au-Prince.
We have been able to pacify this area, although we got challenges But what we have done, I think, good work. What you can see when we came here, the whole place here was bushy, and we had to secure the workers and the civilians so that they can renovate this building. This building is a very important building in Haiti because it is the headquarters of PNH. So you can equate it to Vigilance House or Jogo House in Kenya. It was taken over by the gangs, and but we supported the Haitian National Police and we reclaimed it.
A family from Shambitsi village in Navaholo constituency, Kakamega County, is calling on the government to exhume the body of their deceased relative or grant them permission to do so. The family wants the body returned to Kakamega County Referral Hospital for a fresh post-mortem to determine the cause of the death. Led by Rosalyn Hassandi, the widow of the late Hancock Omwaka, aged 34, the family alleges that Omwaka was brutally attacked by over 15 individuals armed with blunt objects at his home. The attack is linked to a dispute over a debt of a cow and loan repayments owed to Omwaka by one of the family of the attack gang. Although an initial autopsy was conducted, the family claims they were denied access to showing the cause of the death.
Alikuwa atishiwa vitisho ambapo alikuwa kwa haki yake. Baba yake Evans Omwiha alichukua pesa zake kitambo pia na ng'ombe. Alipomkula wakati alikuwa anamwitisha kumpatia pesa, hakumpatia. Ikakuwa chuki imefika, chuki imeingia. Wakati hiyo chuki iliendelea, ikakuwa tu kila wakati akikuja anatishiwa vitisho. Wakati tumekimbilia serikali haitusaidia chochote. Tumefanya postmortem Hancock Mkabana. Tulikuwa na maskari wote wa Navaholo, na hiyo postmortem results atujui kitu gani iliua Hancock. Tunaomba serikali, mwili ndio hii hapa, kama mnaweza kuja mtoe hii mwili hapa mpeleke postmortem, tufanyiwe, walete report, tujue nini iliua mzee wangu, at least tufanye nini, turidhike. Inaonyesha tunatishiwa vitisho kuonekana ati sisi wakati tumeenda huko kuchoma, wakati watu walienda kuchoma huko vitu, ati pia hatuna amani. Hata paka sasa tunalala kama milango zimefungwa. Alikuwa amuumiza kichwa, uso, kila mahali alikuwa na maalama. Hadi macho alikuwa ametoboa macho moja na vidole alikuwa ameshavunja.
Nataka haki kutoka kwa serikali. Mtoto yangu aliuawa bila evidence ya kuonyesha aliua mtu. Niko na serikali, assistant chief na chief tangu hiyo wakati wachakanyaka hapa. Na wale wenye walifanya hii kisanga ni wasima, wanatembea, wangali, wanatutumia vitisho. Tena vile visanga ilifanyika kwa mapoma yao, tena watarudi hapa, wachome manyumba, tuwawe.
Tunataka mwili wakuje wachukue, kwa sababu hiyo hata wakati tulizika Cox, hakuna kiongozi alikuwa hapa, hata assistant chief, hata chifu hakukuwa.
The Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers (KUPPET) have decried what they term an arbitrary transfer of teachers in Kisumu County. Through their Secretary General of Kisumu, Zablon Awange, they claim officials within the Teacher Service Commission and some school principals are collaborating to transfer teachers through unprocedural means and intimidation. Awange says the officials are taking advantage of the absence of the county's TSC director after the office remained vacant following the appointment of the current director to the Salaries and Remunerations Commission. He added that the transfer has caused immeasurable disorientation on the affected teachers, with some ending up committing suicide or going into depression, while over 10 teachers from the county have resigned to pursue greener pastures abroad.
There are issues of staffing, which is causing a lot of anxiety among the teachers of Kisumu County. We are demanding that TSC must streamline the staffing issues in Kisumu County. It is common knowledge that some sub-counties are understaffed, and their reasons for understaffing is the creation of TSC through discrimination. We have complained bitterly for the last 10 years that they should harmonize allowances. There is no reason why Nyakacha and Moroni are getting hardship, and Nyando, which is hardship area, is not getting. There is no reason why some schools in Kisumu West, in the same sub-county, are getting enhanced house allowance, others are not getting. There is no reason why Seme is not getting neither enhanced nor hardship. As KUPPET Kisumu, we are also concerned by the high number of transfers that were done this year, particularly in December. Most of them arbitrarily. And partially, it is because of the vacuums that were created due to the pending appointment of the regional director, who is also going to be the salary remuneration committee member, and also the demise of the sub-county director of Seme. We are saying that we do not refuse transfers, but when a teacher is transferred and is supposed to get 14 days to appeal that transfer, and a letter is given a day to, it shows that it is a punitive transfer. And when he is transferred from Kisumu town here to Seme, deep inside Seme, and the essence of that is that that teacher will lose enhanced house allowance. When a teacher is transferred from Nyakach to Nyando, that teacher will lose hardship allowance, totaling to between 27,000 to 35,000. This is causing pecuniary embarrassment to our teachers.
Residents of Kakamega County have rejected the county government's evaluation report on land tax payments, calling for its dismissal and revision through a proper public participation process. Led by Kennedy Shilaho from Hoisero Sub-County, the residents expressed concerns over the report, citing numerous loopholes. Shilaho emphasized the need for a revised report that incorporates views from the public before any further action is taken. The residents say the new law imposes levies on plots unfairly. Joseph Musonyo, on the other hand, from Isuha South in Shinyalu Sub-County, echoed these sentiments, demanding a thorough review in collaboration with local communities.
Enactment of Valuation and Rating Act fell short of the threshold, both at the constitutional level and the act level. Kwa hivyo sisi chenye tunaweza kusihi, kama kuna shamba ambayo mtu wetu ameambiwa asonge, there is a procedure ya kuacquire a private property. Kwa hivyo wazingatie hayo, kwa sababu we are alive to provisions of Article 209 yenye inaruhusu serikali ya taifa na serikali ya gatuzi kutoza ushuru.
Wananchi huwa isingatiwi kwa vile tumechagua ma MCAs kutuwakilisha. Kwa hivyo wakiwa huku kwa assembly huwa tuna assume wanatuwakilisha, lakini kutokea kwa haya mambo ya mashamba tumekuta huwa hatuwakilishi vizuri, wanatuwakilisha kwa njia mbaya.
Mara mingi sana na maoni ambayo sisi tunapeana, tukikuja kwa ground vitu mbili tofauti. So leo kulingana na mambo ya rates na vitu kama hizo, kuna vijana kama mimi wenye sasa wameanza kupata plots pia kwa hizo masoko ama hizo mashamba zenye wanataka kuanza kulipia rates. Hawa vijana hawajahusishwa, hawajailipa ushuru ama hawajailipa tax. It is good kulipa tax ama ushuru, tujitegemee. Lakini civic education inafaa ifanyike, tuelewe umuhimu wa kulipa ushuru, ndio sababu tuanze kutekeleza huo mradi.
Kakamega County is a county that makes decisions based on wananchi, how wananchi respond to such kind of proposals. Hatutaamuka tu siku moja na tuseme kwamba sasa kuanzia leo mtu asifanye hii ama afanye ama ahame hapa ama aende wapi. Lazima kwanza tutahusisha wananchi wote. If we have a plan for a place like Kakamega Town, lazima wananchi wa Kakamega Town wahusishwe. Wao wenyewe ndio wataamua, waseme kwamba now that the government is planning to do ABCD, sisi tutafanya hivi na tumekubali kufanya ABCD pia.
Health officials in Kilifi County have launched campaigns to educate residents on assisting snake bite victims get better treatment to prevent deaths. Speaking at the Kilifi County Referral Hospital, the hospital's medical superintendent, Dr. Matano Kibwana, advised residents to always rush victims to the nearest medical facilities before the snake venom gets severe. The calls came days after a 14-year-old boy from Palakumi village in KWANZA sub-county was bitten by a snake, but those around him delayed to rush him to hospital, hence occasioning a swollen leg. Harrison Kahindi was herding his family cattle together with his elder brother when the attack happened. The boy is in good condition and responding well to treatment. However, calls have been made for residents, especially in snake-prone areas, to be sensitized on how best to handle victims of snake bites to minimize catastrophes.
kachunga ng'ombe, kashukua kanyuma nyoka, kabeba na gari kazi ya ganze la ganze makilola shika za kuku gaino Kilifi.
Nimetoka Ganze ukaandikiwa Kilifi na mtoto wangu amepata hasara kuumwa ni nyoka. Unafika huku Kilifi hukaenda kama kamtibu kitoto kisawasawa.
What had happened is this is a case that happened at around 12 midday. He was taken to a peripheral facility, and at the peripheral facility they were not able to manage him, so he was referred to us. So the patient arrived at our doors at around 1940. Normally we have an EMR system, so we are able to pick at what time he exactly arrived. He arrived at 9660, and as per the audit trail of the EMR system, and already management had been done by 8 or 9, so there was no delay. First, there was a delay between when the snake bite actually happened and them getting to the peripheral facility and being told that they couldn't be cared for there, so they were sent to the bigger facility, which is us. Normally what had happened is immediately someone is bitten, and he was bitten at the toe area. Already by the time he came here, the edema or the swelling of the limb in normal terms had already gone up to somewhere just above the knee. So it means that the effects of that of the venom had already taken place.
All right, let's get sporting now. Borussia Dortmund have fired struggling head coach Nuri Sahin after Tuesday's 2-1 Champions League loss at Bologna, saying on Wednesday they had lost faith in the young manager. Dortmund were beaten finalists in the competition last season, but the loss on Tuesday was the club's 4th in a row in all competitions. In the Bundesliga, Dortmund sit 10th, 20 points behind leaders Bayern Munich. Sahin was assistant to former Dortmund coach Edin Terzic in last season's surprise run to the Champions League final, where they lost to Real Madrid, and was promoted to head coach in the summer. All right, time to head home. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you're up to date with what is making headlines across the country. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. Have yourself a blessed night. Take care of yourself, and God bless.